Well, more than $250 million is heading to Maine to improve high-speed internet infrastructure. It's the largest federal investment for broadband expansion the state has ever received.
The $272 million comes from the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment, or BEAD, program and is funded by the bipartisan infrastructure law. This will allow the Maine Connectivity Authority to continue its work to get reliable internet to rural parts of the state. Officials say more than 42,000 Maine homes and small businesses currently lack access to high-speed internet connection.
This is really just the beginning, right? This is just the starting gate. It will inform a significant amount of our strategy and our approach to addressing the digital divide in Maine. And so obviously it's an incredible opportunity, but we will have to do what Mainers do, which is be creative and resourceful and resilient in stretching the funds as far as possible. These funds will do a significant amount to address the digital divide in Maine.
The funding will be spread out over 5 years, and there is a formal announcement press conference set for Thursday in Augusta with Governor Mills and Senator King among the expected attendees.